Yeah, my game chat was disabled, so I tried to write go go, and it totally didn't work out. But that's fine, we're ready now. It's time for Heatseeker 1v1. Let's see how two tournament winners in Heatseeker play Heatseeker 1v1. We actually did get a chance to cast a Heatseeker 1v1 the other day between Ahmad and Ams, and the way that Ams was able to win in those matches was actually by advancing extremely far forward. But for now, both players are being very defensive. That was almost a whiff by Whopper, actually. Would have been very surprised to see that one go in. Yeah, they're not going for straight shots, or oh, maybe they are. Everything's been very curvy from Whopper. Xamp is just making sure to get solid contact on the ball. But as this ball gets faster and faster, I do think we're going to get to see the ceiling coming into play. Yes, indeed we are. Notice Xamp repeatedly trying to hit the ceiling with the ball. That makes it much harder to read as the ball comes towards you. Whopper as well. Oh my goodness, it barely missed the ceiling, but that's what they're going for. So ceiling bounces. Seems to be the name of the game, but what a rally this is. My goodness. These guys are pretty good at recovering fast, and boy do you have to recover fast in Heatseeker. Because of course, with the ball moving at this speed, as soon as you've hit it, it's already coming back your way. This is absolutely crazy, but neither player advancing further forward. Oh, I think Whopper missed that, but he's saved by the bar. Incredibly lucky, and again, Whopper barely getting a save. Xamp is ramping up the pressure. And those of you who saw the Heatseeker tournament the other day will know that Whopper was a more defensive player. He scored! Xamp out of net for a bit too long. And that was all it took for Whopper to get the goal. Oh wow, Xamp committed to a wall save and totally missed it. You know, honestly, in that rally, it looked like Whopper had, or rather, it looked like Xamp had the edge. He was the more consistent player. He was getting easy hits on the ball every time, whereas some of the saves for Whopper were a little bit dodgy. They're a little bit ropey. Saved by the bar, saved by the post, I think, as well. But yeah, it very much looks like they're just going for that max speed. Up until then, they both have just an easier time reading the ball than most players would. Clearly know what they're doing here. Oh, that was a miss though. Xamp better get down quickly. It's coming back to him again very, very soon. Of course, until we reach that max speed, there isn't too much pressure on them. Now, here we go. This is where the pressure is going to ramp up. Have to stay central. You have to stay ready at all times. And remember that although the ball is going at a constant speed now, that speed will not change regardless of how hard anyone hits the ball. It will not change regardless of which direction the ball is going. The thing you do have to remember is that means that it's much less time for the ball to hit off one car and go into the goal if you hit a straight shot, or if you can hit the ball straight up into the ceiling and have it bounce on target. Not only is that a much faster way of reaching the opponent's goal, it's also a lot harder to read. So that's what I think they're trying to do. Xamp not able to make the ceiling bounce there, and he had to read the follow-up quite well. Not sure if Whopper hit this one, but it doesn't really matter at this speed. The only thing that matters is getting any touch on the ball and trying to recover as fast as possible. Whopper into the ceiling and then into the bar as well. Oh, that's a tough read. Xamp just reaches it. Whopper having quite a lot of success with these wall bounces. Is he going to be able to keep doing that though? Okay, Whopper off the bar. What a rally this is. But Xamp scored. Oh, nice shot, says Whopper. The previous save was a bit of a struggle, but look at this from Xamp again. Just glancing below on the ceiling on the way. Barely touched the ceiling with that. And that was what enabled him to score. So clearly something to that. If you guys are going to try Heatseeker 1v1 and you get this good at recovering and making reads on the curve that the ball is taking, take a look at those shots that bounce in off the ceiling. They're much harder to read. They also get to the opponent's net a bit faster than a more slow arcing ball. Oh wow, that was another very surprising miss by Xamp. There's been, you know, 2 or 3 I think from each player. Maybe they just get a bit too comfortable. Maybe they're just trying too hard to get that perfect touch on it. TH Specs, thanks for the brand new Prime. Welcome to the stream. And also Guscar27, thanks for the 4-month tier 1. Welcome back. Unimap34, thanks for the 3-month Prime. Thanks for swinging by from YouTube. Spoon Toast, thanks for the 6-month off Prime. Really appreciate that as well. And hey, if this, the last time I casted a Heatseeker 1v1, it was a laggy mess, so we didn't get to put it on YouTube. But if this one makes it to YouTube, then just a quick shout to all you YouTube viewers that the Saltcast podcast that you've heard mentioned in a few of my other videos is now also available on YouTube. So be sure to check out Smellsworth's YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find all the podcasts over there for your viewing pleasure. Tonight's special guest is Arju. Once more, Twitch chat, if you have any questions for Arju, then be sure to swing by Smellsworth's channel. I will host him, or rather I will raid him after this best of 3 is done. But King Spectre's kindly linked his channel in chat for you right now, so you can all go pre-follow him. And yeah, we'll be taking some questions for Arju from the Twitch chat. Best of 3, interesting. Yeah, I thought we'd just do a best of 3 for Heatseeker because it's, you know, it's one of those game modes that I can watch it for, you know, a best of 3. After that, I'll probably be like, okay, I've seen everything I can see from this matchup now. But yeah, it really, for these two players, looks like the... Well, I was about to say that it looks like the up to speed element of this series is just a formality. Like, when this reset in overtime, I really didn't expect anybody to concede until we get to max speed here. Like I've said in other Heatseeker videos I've done, I would love to see this max speed removed from Heatseeker. I would love if the ball would keep on improving or keep on getting faster and faster. Hey, XAP takes game 1. Bit of an early one there. I didn't expect that to come in so quickly. I thought that we would see more, because that's how it's gone in the previous 2 goals that were scored. But Whopper got maybe a bit too far away from the his goal, and that made saving the next shot actually quite difficult. So 1-0 to XAMP. No max speed makes it much more interesting. Well, I think Heatseeker is a very interesting game mode, especially with the introduction of Heatseeker in private matches. I'm definitely going to be trying Heatseeker with additional mutator settings. I believe that you can do that. Does anybody know if that's possible? So I was thinking about this. What mutator settings would go well with Heatseeker if that's something you can do? Oh wow, it says 74 boost. I wonder why it says 74 boost. What is going on there? As we all know, Heatseeker is unlimited boost, so I don't know what that's about. But yeah, there's 2 ways to, you know, make it very difficult for your opponent to get saves in Heatseeker. One of them, like we've been talking about already, is hitting a wall, or even better, hitting the ceiling with your shot. But I think the other way, which was really shown to us by Ahmad the other day, is trying to read where your opponent is going with the ball and getting an early hit on it. Because if you can hit the ball early and fast, well, rather, if you can hit the ball early when it's going fast already, then it will be very, very hard to save. They're probably still mid-recovery. Like, that was a ball there that Whopper probably could have moved up on. He tried to go for the fast shot down the middle. Oh, it's backfired! Whopper's off his goal line! And XAMP sends it straight back to him. Lag saves Whopper. Did it look like lag? I don't know. Maybe he hit it on his screen. Didn't look like lag to me. I was still waiting to see if he turned the wrong way or something. Lethamer said he's gonna do Heatseeker with no speed limit. Yeah, I knew the map makers would do that. Oh wow! XAMP is gonna give Whopper the goal back, so Whopper must have actually been lagging. That's great sportsmanship by XAMP there. You know, just because it doesn't look like lag on the spectator client that we're currently in doesn't mean that there wasn't actually lag. You know, all I can say is it didn't look like lag, but that's not to say it wasn't. Still 74 boost for both players, instead of the usual 100 that is displayed on an unlimited boost. But that's okay. Oh wow, pre-flip from XM. I'm surprised to see that coming in because there have been some pretty dodgy plays by both of these guys. No pun intended. But there have been, you know, some pretty careless plays with the back and forth at low speed. Have I logged into Vikings? You might be a little burnt. Oh no, somebody burnt my base to the ground. I've not been on Vikings, no. I've been very busy today with other stuff. Okay, so we're up to top speed again. Oh! XAMP with a miss, but he got very lucky. It was such a curveball from Whopper that it came off the post. What happened to SSG? Space Station Gaming can't compete in the grid tonight because Arsenal had to ship his PC and it's not arriving in time. And they've decided not to bother playing with a substitute. I don't think they want to play with a sub before the NA Regional this weekend. They just want to keep their synergy with Arsenal at an all-time high. I believe that's the reason. But yeah, we might... Oh, that's it! Whopper scored! XM jumped over it. But yeah, we're going to be seeing Space Station in this weekend's RLCSX regional event very, very soon. Proper matrix on the ball there from XM. Bit careless, it was coming right to him. Yeah, early on in these plays, the danger about moving up aggressively and the reason we're not seeing any aggressive positioning from these two players is because they respect each other's goalkeeping and recovery ability too much to try to punish a bad hit. You know, hitting the ball straight down the middle, it does make it easier for your opponent to hit it back to you early, but the save is still likely to come through. The save is still very, very likely to happen because the recoveries are exceptional from both players. They're really not taking each other, or they're not taking themselves out of the game at all. Except's the one who has to get the goal here. We're not going to go to the 7-goal max that Heatseeker has. There's no way. The goalkeeping is far too good for these two players. Brilliant ability to read these touches. That's a phenomenal shot though. A bit awkward. XM maybe going to go for another one onto the ceiling. Doesn't get it. But yeah, look at these crazy early jumps by XM. Preferring to just pre-jump and then find his way to the ball after the fact. Whopper as well, just pre-jumping and then figuring it out afterwards because they know that the ball's going to be coming into that general area. Very bright, yeah, it is very bright. I hope you guys are enjoying the sunshine. You know, I would switch it to switch off bloom just so you guys can see the difference, but I swear as soon as I do it, somebody's going to score. Let's test that theory. Video, bloom off. Okay, nobody scored. We actually did it. Do you guys prefer this? I really wanted to leave the shine on for the Heatseeker tournament just to show you guys the ultimate blinding experience. But yeah, we could turn it off for the rest of today's match, which at the moment looks like it's going to be going into another game. It's a best of 3, so all Whopper has to do is prevent XAMP from scoring, and unlike regular Rocket League, there's no 0-second play for XAMP. He needs to go for it. Oh, he's done well. That's phenomenal. Chips it up into the ceiling, makes it so much more difficult to read, and with 7 seconds remaining, gets it past Whopper. Now, Whopper was a little bit out of the center of the goal there, so he's maybe asking for trouble, but that was exactly what XAMP needed. Brilliant strike. That bounce off the ceiling has been huge for both players today. Well, I think we're going to go to overtime here. Surely there's no way they can keep it up. Surely this is going to hit the ground at some point in someone's half. There, yeah, there we go. Okay. They were trying to keep it up. Would I think of using some of Left's maps for a show match? Don't they need to be hosted locally? Might be a bit laggy, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, some of the maps are probably quite interesting. I could do that for sure. If people wanted to play a 1v1 on one of the Left's maps, what map the Left's made is the best for show matches? I'm not really a Rocket League YouTube viewer personally, so I don't watch all of the Rocket League YouTube scenes videos. Did you only have stream elements to that one stream? It just got timed out by Nightbot? Yeah. Well, stream elements I unmodded because he was still posting a Vikings link, which was yesterday's stream, not today's one. Oh, we're going to game 3. I did not expect that to go in. Not going to lie to you guys. I did not expect that to go in, but look at that. Another ceiling bounce. Whopper didn't even need the complete top speed ball there in order to get the shots on target. All he needed was a bounce off the ceiling. Phenomenal stuff. Right, we're going to go to the ace match here. This is the last game of the series. 1-1. I've become so used to watching these two just slam the ball back and forwards with no goals being scored. Oh, thank you, King Spectre. Until the max speed is reached that I just really didn't expect a goal there. Then suddenly there's a goal. Chicky, thanks to the 19-month tier 1. Sachi, thanks to the 25-month tier 1. And the real Socrates, thanks to the brand new Prime. Welcome to the stream, everybody. This is the last game between Xamp and Whopper. They've put up some unbelievable rallies. You know, somebody who's got more time than I do. Just go and count which the longest rally was. I would love to know. But yeah, who have you guys got winning this? I'm leaning more towards Xamp personally. I think he's thrown away a few goals that were really unnecessary in the last game by trying to jump a bit early. You've got to stay composed in this game. You've got to stay cautious. What a weird landing that was by Whopper. I actually really like it though. Did I get fully moved into my new home? No, not yet. I've got an internet installation at my new apartment tomorrow, so I'm going to be swinging by to let in the internet people. And then once that's there, I've got some furniture I need to build, and then I can move. But yeah, I've got all the furniture in the place. I've got boxes everywhere. Got to build it. Thank you, King Spectre. Very kind of you. Yeah, probably gonna wait until next week because after today I've got Grid tomorrow, then we've got RLCSX 4 days in a row. So I'll probably just wait until after that to move, because the week after is my one weekend that I don't have RLCSX for a while. So I've got a bit of a window to set things up. How fast is the internet? It's gonna be 150 up, 150 down. So pretty good. Definitely enough for what I need. Am I going to be commentating this Grid? No, because the Space Station are not playing the Grid tonight. Good read by Xamp, but you know, somewhat unnecessary perhaps. So those little deflecting touches when the ball's already at max speed, they don't really do too much. I think early on in the game it can catch teams off guard because the double speed up, when it hits the wall, I believe it increases in speed, and then it hits the player, it increases again. That can be a big surprise. But for these guys, when we're already at max speed... Oh, Xamp's done it again! What was this pre-jump? Oh, he's really been his own worst enemy at times. Credit where it's due to Whopper. Good placement. Managed to clip the ceiling on that play. But Xamp jumped up way too high. Probably should have stayed a bit lower on that one. Now Whopper making a little bit of a comeback win, maybe. SSG isn't playing because Arsenal can't play. Arsenal can't play tonight, so SSG are not going to be playing. I think that means the G2 are confirmed Grid winners if they just make it out of round 1 of the lower bracket tonight. So congrats to G2 on being the Grid winners for this season. It's all about can NRG overtake Space Station. They're just going to try and pick up a few more points. But yeah, for tonight's NA Grid, I'm expecting NRG to be the victors. I think that they're the favorites. They look like the best team in North America by far right now. Space Station, we're on the up though. I've got, you know, high hopes for them in the final regional. G2, I'm not so sure. They've been extremely hit or miss. Don't know what to make of them. Same with the Envy. No idea what to make of that team. Okay, here we go. Max speed. If Whopper gets one more goal, I think that's the series over. I think he might just be able to take this. All about those ceiling touches. You know, every single shot should be going into the ceiling, in my opinion, from what I've seen. They should be trying to make that happen. Oh, Whopper, what are you doing, mate? He's trying to go for an in and out save. This is not the time for that. Goodness me, they're really making this as hard on themselves as they can. What is this from Whopper? He is absolutely freestyling at the moment. Oh, what's this though? Tries to pop it into his own crossbar, and it's just gone in. Oh, both players have absolutely thrown away goals here. Whopper tried to glancing blow this into his bar to get a weird bounce, but he's own goal. disaster. Whopper, you really should be just going for the ceiling bounce, in my opinion. Both players should. They've been by far the hardest to read, from at least what I've been able to see. Squishy, Garrett, and Justin is kind of an insane combo. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I think Justin, when he's unleashed to his full potential, is probably still the best player in North America. Heatseeker has been more consistent over the past while, so I think that's why Heatseeker was considered best in NA. I don't think Justin was able to produce the same level of consistent domination that he once was. But when he can, when Justin is comfortable, he's just something else. He's an incredible player. Maybe only rivaled by JNaps historically in terms of solo carry potential. But yeah, also it's worth mentioning, I think Garrett might just be the smartest player in North America, because once Garrett's taken a bit more of a defensive role, when he's gone back to full rotation instead of breaker rotation more, like he did when Squishy first joined NRG, Garrett was kind of forced to break rotation more because Squishy was sitting so passively. But now that Squishy's getting more involved in the offense, that's allowing Garrett to just play full rotation again, and his IQ is, I think, just the best. It's, you know, all-time Garrett G is just the best player in North America. Maybe, I mean, where we're talking all-time best in the world, Garrett might actually be just the best player ever. The reason why KDOP and Turbo are always touted as the best players ever is because they have the most world championships, 3 and 4 respectively. KDOP's got less world championships, but he's got more prize money than Turbo. But I think Garrett might be the greatest all time. Maybe not the greatest, because greatest does usually refer to tournament wins and prize money more. But if we're just talking the best player in Rocket League history, I think Garrett G is definitely in that conversation. Well, obviously he's in that conversation, but for me, I think Garrett G might be the best player in Rocket League history. Oh my goodness, XAP nearly lost the series with another barely getting a save touch. But yeah, the reason I think Garrett might be the greatest all time, or the best player ever, is because at Season 1 World Championship, he was, for me, one of the absolute standout players. I think maybe only Kronovi and Kuxer were better than him. At Season 1, Garrett was phenomenal. And ever since then, like now you look at the current state of Garrett, Turbo, and KDOP, I'd put Garrett number 1 out of the 3 of them again. So I think he, since before them and after them, has still been the best. He was better than them in Season 1, he was better than them in Season 9. And maybe somewhere in the middle, KDOP or Turbo were better than Garrett, but it was very close. Like, Garrett's always been in that conversation, which is why I think he might be the best Rocket League player of all time. But yeah, not many people will go over that. Usually it's KDOP Turbo, KDOP Turbo. I think Garrett G is just as much of a shout. Right, where are the ceiling bounces, boys? There it is. Whopper deciding to go for one. That's what it's all about, in my opinion. You've got to get the ball up into that ceiling. But, you know, trying not to concede is also a pretty big deal at this point, because one goal wins. That's all it comes down to. Next goal is the champion of this Heatseeker 1v1. And my goodness, are they impressive at defending and recovering. Brick wall style defense. And if you guys think this looks easy, go give it a go yourselves. Trying to constantly recover is not, and is definitely not an easy thing to do. But so long as no ceiling bounces come in around about the halfway line, I think these guys have both got it in them to just keep on making saves. If it's all about keeping that focus up, nailing every recovery. Oh, Whopper was just a millimeter away from losing. That was off the inside of the post. Great shot from XAP. There it is from Whopper again, into the ceiling and down. XAP with a save off the wall. Impressive stuff from him. But he's on defensive duty right now. He can't really think too much about attacking. He has to go back and forth across his own box to get these saves. Now, he probably knows that one is almost missing, but he still wants to get a touch on it anyway. Don't want to leave it up to chance with how many unfortunate goals he conceded in the last game. Yeah, and bouncing the ball into the ground like this, XAM's tried it a few times. I don't think it's a very difficult way for, or a very confusing way for Whopper to have to defend. For me, these like curveballs to the side as well, not really doing too much damage. I think there's been a few goals like that, but definitely not the same percentage as these high shots. This is much harder to read. It didn't hit the ceiling that time. If it did, I think Heatseeker might have been scoring. Definitely would have been a tough one. Yeah, the ability of these guys to read the curves left and right, definitely a lot better than the straight shots down the middle, in my opinion, that can hit off the ceiling. This has to be the longest rally yet. Look at that overtime. We are at 4 minutes OT, and they are still going. Next goal still wins. But yeah, if this isn't proof that Heatseeker needs to lose its speed cap, I don't know what is. This is absolutely ridiculous. Are they really going to go to a double game? They're well past 4 minutes. Oh, no, they're not. Whopper's done it. 2 games in a row. Heatseeker, the first one to cave. And it's like looking at 2 world-class tennis players just going back and forth. It's more to do with stamina and concentration than anything else. Because 1 lapse in either of those things is all it takes to concede a long shot. That consistent speed is definitely something that really grinds on them as you play on and play on here. But GG's, big thanks to these guys for putting on a show for us. Incredible rallies. That last one, I think they really did save the best to last there. That last one had to have been the longest rally that we saw.